you guys started talking together. And at one point, because there's a lot of new technology and new kind of types of broadcasting and reaching out to people that can feel invasive and lame. But I do think that podcasting is particularly well suited to what the two of you were talking about because it's so intimate and people can really hear what both of you are going through. It's a great thing that this medium exists right now for what you're doing and for the message that you're trying to get out. And not even that it's a message, it's conversations that both of you are having that feel very confessional and that feel like there's no topic. You're not working through, okay, we're going to get to this, then we're going to get to this, then we're going to get to this. It very much feels like you two are hanging out and there are good days and bad days.
We never really have a plan. I mean, obviously when we have a guest, most of the time there's someone that we know quite well.
Right.
So that's easy to just talk with them. We don't have a list of questions really. I mean, if we start to go off the rails, our producer will text like, hey,
she starts texting us.
She starts texting and going like, bring it back to something, to like a subject. But I was going to say that with the podcast, it wasn't like Jamie and I were like, how can we go around talking about this? I mean, I was actually getting my infusion for my MS, and Jenna Fischer from The Office, who's a good friend of mine, she came to hang with me for the 6 hours that it takes. And she's like, and she knows my humor and the way I talk. She's like, you've got to do a podcast, man. And then it was like, after that, Jamie and I started talking. And I was like, oh my God, this is like our lives. And I feel so much better every time I'm talking. Sorry about that. That's my phone telling me to put my feet in a hot bath with Epsom salts.
Your phone tells you to do that?
Yeah, well, it does. It knows that I'm in pain and I need to do it. I have an alarm. For 1:30.
This is going to lead into an ad.
What does your phone tell you to do?
My phone tells me to stop going on that site. It's creepy. I'm like, what's creepy about it?
That's the thing with it really came from our conversations. We always wanted to be honest and raw and real and not have a plan, because sometimes the best plan is to have no plan. And then other times I'm told to be quiet and to stop talking so much by our producer.
No.
Yep.
Not by me.
Not by you.
But I also too, MS looks different for everybody. It affects everybody differently, whether it's day to day or just, body to body. And I think it's about, giving yourself the grace and the space to express what you need to feel in the ups and downs of it. And also to, not a lot of people know a lot about MS. So also educate. But in general, I think, and we have learned that the more specific you get with your vulnerability, the more universal it becomes for other people. So, we get to hear from a lot of other people that listen to us that don't just have MS, that, hear what we're going through and hear what we're trying to push through and accept and all those things through their own filter and how they sort of apply it to their lives. And so, over the past year, it's really been an exercise in Christina and I getting to know each other and sharing a lot about our lives.
Right.
And I feel like now it's not fully transitioned, but we've opened ourselves up now to having a lot of people really try to help us individually and where we're at. And, we're still here, and we have children and dreams and lives and friends and people that we care about. And we're trying to figure out how to, make it the best we can.
It's also, and that's important to point out, it's not, I think, one of the reasons it's such a great idea is that it's not, hey, if you've got MS, you should check out Messy. That's not at all what it's about. Sure, if you do, then yes, but it really is about people struggling, and actually people that people that, for both of you, there are a lot of people that grew up watching you and have an emotional connection with you. And that's something that's very powerful. That gives you this gift of, they know you. They know you and you're part of their lives. You're part of a part of their life that they're only going to be that old once, and you were a big part of their life then. And so now they're getting the gift of perspective, of whatever that means. Everyone has stuff in their life, but I'm constantly, we just had these fires out here in LA and so I'm living in a hotel and people will say to me, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I cut them off and I'm like, I'm living in a hotel. I know a lot of people who lost their homes. I have been inconvenienced. But it's stupid. I feel stupid when anyone says anything to me because I know many people who work here, two people that work here lost their homes, and a lot of my writer friends on The Simpsons lost their homes, and a lot of people in and around my neighborhood lost their home, and so I did not. I'm in a hotel, and so my complaint is they don't make the smoothie quite the way I like it. It's not the way I would do it if I was at home. What's wrong with the world? Why does God hate me? God! Why have you...
You need to come on Messy and talk about it.
Yes. I'll talk to you about whatever you want, honey. Smoothies. We'll call it smoothie.
Ladies, I'm here to talk about... there's this guy at this high-end hotel in Beverly Hills who... but no, I think that perspective is not something you get and then you have. Like someone gives you a gold pocket watch and you have it in your pocket the rest of your life. I always think it's like stomach crunches or any kind of, unfortunately, you've got to keep doing it or stretching or, any of the rehab or anything of the exercises that you need to do or self-care you need to do, you have to keep at it. I think that's way about perspective. We just have to keep at it because, yes, I am this, but these other people are going through that. And it's always the yin and the yang. It's always going to be that. And so I think the fact that the two of you are sharing this, and Christina, when you were saying earlier, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting weepy, I'm having a bad day," the whole point is to tell us that and to let it happen.
I mean, we've covered so many topics too. I mean, it's not like if we just sat there and talked about MS all day, we'd be like, wah, wah. Or probably not. I'd just be crying the whole time.
Right.
We've had episodes about eating disorders and bitches, just
well, wait a minute. Let's talk about bitches for a second. I mean, let's now you've got my. I mean,
go for it, Christina.
I was really liking this, but now it's another level.
She knows that I get pissed off when I lay back when we're recording and I go like this. like my fire, my anger inside of myself talking about bitches. Just people who are just bitches. I don't know, just bitches.
So bitches,
awful humans.
Bitches is all genders, right? It's everybody.
Of course.
It includes me, is what you're saying.
You're my biggest bitch ever.
I knew I'd make it.
You are.
I
my
made it to
bitch.
The top.
Well, I haven't even told Jamie because Jamie and I are probably going to record next week because whatever. And I have so much to tell you about some bitches.
I can't wait.
Now, do you
Mama
say that?
Tune in.
Do you say
Mama
the name?
got vicious in the text messages.
Do you drop names? You don't drop names.
I don't. No.
I think we should. I mean, why not? Well, what we have had though is a lot of like past co-stars. Like we had Ed O'Neill, we had Edie Falco, and it was really interesting and wonderful to like have these conversations with people that knew us when we were kids, in our like formative years, and really get their perspective of us, and for also to like have a conversation like with Edie where she forever felt like a mother figure to me because of the way we met.
Yep.
But now to have a conversation as two women, and peers in a way, it's been really beautiful to be able to like have these deep personal conversations on the podcast with people that are important to us, that also people like relate to us, but to get to see a different side of it.